Books are beautiful artworks that takes you on an imaginary journey into an adventure. Welcome to Book World, the show where we get to delve into the lives of the authors of these amazing art pieces. Today we'll be looking at the book called Chicken and Money, and the author of this book is no other than Chibundu Ebenezer. He's right here in the studio with me. You get to find out more about him, who he is, other books he has written, and all of that after the short time out. Please stay with us. For standing by. This is still Atlantic Television Network, and again it is Book World. I told you before the break that we have Ebenezer, but he likes to be called Eben, right, Ebenezer?
Yeah, sure.
Welcome to Book World.
Thank you.
A pleasure having you.
I'm happy to be here.
I like the smile.
Okay,
so tell us who Ebenezer is. Who's Ebenezer?
Alright, so they call me Coach Ace. Okay. So I'm a practicing coach. Yeah, so writing, it's something I can start doing at the cost of solution providing. So I figured out that there are so many things people don't know because of lack of documentation. So over the years, at the cost of practicing, I realized that I could put some of these solutions into documents. So at the cost of doing this thing again and again, people, they start demanding for this stuff as a book. So throughout my book writing journey, I didn't start this stuff as a writer, so I can't call myself a writer.
Even up till now?
Up till now.
You didn't start as a writer, but you're writing now.
Now I write, and I profit from my materials, my products, but I do something else. Okay. Yeah, I do something else extensively, but writing is what I do over and over again because of connecting with my audience, connecting with my students, I realized I could document my solutions to what they can bank on, what they can go back to, what they can use. So Ebenezer Chibundo is a brand analyst and a business developer. So I work with executives, I work with companies, I do branding, brand communication, strategies, positioning. Wow. So writing is a part that allows me.
I feel like I should start writing down what you say. I feel moved to write. But so we can say you are a coach who cares about his students. Sure. And that's why you had to go into documenting all of these things. But you talked about your writing journey. How did it start? When did it start? You've told us how it started. When did it start?
All right. So, because of the environment where we are pushing for a career in this terrain, it's something that it's not so easy. So I knew I was going to go into branding. For a long time, I already started building skills in that direction. But because of doing this stuff, I realized, oh boy, it's not easy. It's not easy in the sense that there are so many brand experts out there. So before you be hired and paid something that can keep you going, right? So before the whole writing thing came in, when I realized, to be very honest with you, when I realized people will pay for it.
This man likes money. But when did you finally realize?
That was around 2018.
Yeah, that's been quite soon, yes.
Yeah, so I did my first book called Unlocking the Limitless Life. Yeah, so that was after a training I did and people demanded for the material. So I did a book and people paid for it. I was encouraged.
Okay.
So over the years from 2018 to date, I've done over 70 books.
Okay, hold on. Over 70 books.
Yeah.
Are they e-books or do we have them as hard?
Alright, to be very honest, this is my first print. And that's because I started my career on the digital space and I maximize it so well that instead of just even putting on Okada books and all of those online platforms, I get the book, I get the market ready before the book is out. So what they call pre-order, I don't literally do pre-order. I do market waiting for the book. So before the book comes out, I've done a training in that series, prepare the mind of the people. So I know a number of persons that are going to pay for the book. Yeah, so I get to sell to that immediate market, then store my book for a futuristic interest.
That's something a lot of writers do not know, because I have interviewed different authors and I've heard them say things like selling the book is quite, challenging, getting people to buy, because a lot of people don't like to read. So how do you get people to buy these books? And now you're talking about preparing the market before producing the book. How do you do
Alright,
this?
so because I began my career as a business person, so I understood what is called market interest, market share. I understood what branding looks like. So I started building a brand for myself. So I built a personal brand as well as a business brand. So people know the name Coach Ace. So the Ace is A Chibunde, that's my full name. So they know the name Coach Ace. I do trainings, organized trainings. So they believe in what I represent. They believe in my positioning. As a matter of fact, my book can have different titles, but one interest. I'm going to help you make money. I'm going to help you stand out.
Did I say you like money? Did I mention that? Okay, so most of your books talk about helping people make money.
Yeah, so most of my book talk about the problem people face. So my study is around what are the people facing. I understand terrain, so I understand the environment, what people are going through. Like this book, Chicken Money. Why I wrote this book was because of my younger sister.
Oh wow! Okay, tell us the story.
So the story is very brief. She came in after her graduation from one of the Nigerian universities, and she came in to stay with me for a long time. We've not been together. So I mean, getting everything from me, this payment, collect this. So I was feeling the pressure because I make money online and I practically live on daily income. It might be to a certain amount, but I love the fact that I can budget my resources appropriately. So I started looking for a way to make her make money.
Oh, to help her make money too.
That was the point actually. So considering this scenario and the upbringing we've had as siblings, you can't tell somebody in my family you're stupid. You can't say it to one person. So I had to write her a letter. So before then, I bought a book on how to make money online. She read the book. She read the book and she was like, this book, no, it didn't work. Nothing, there's nothing saying. So I wrote her a letter. So after writing it, I realized the letter was over 30 pages.
And it was looking like a book already.
So she read the letter and came back to me and she was like, I have an idea based on what you've written here. I want to start an optical lens business. I'm like, that's beautiful. So I reached out to my contact, we invested some fund, and she's making over, and when she started, that same week, she made over 12,000 every day selling lenses. So since then, I
feel like we should turn this program into how to make money. I call this man to come tell us how to make money. Come on. At the end of the day, you had to put it into a book. I want you to tell us this title. It's Chickeny Money No Small. I got it right. Okay, that's pidgin. So I want him to interpret it in English. Come on,
Alright, so the basic idea behind this is I realize that many times people want to make the bulky and the bulky money. Alright, so I've been living on daily income. So So I get to sell my product. I have a lot of products online, and 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, as the case may be. These funds come in fragments. They are almost intangible. You can easily spend them. So people don't pay attention to them. So at the course of my career, I realized that, okay, what I do now is to have basic financial intelligence and lay them up. At the end of the month, you're seeing a whole bulky fund beyond what an oil company could pay.
So it's very risky when your money is coming in bits like that. If you're not careful, like you said, you keep spending it. And then at the end of the month, if you check your bank app, you're like, where did this money go?
For real.
What happened? And all of that. So that's how chicken money came about.
Yeah, so what I did in the tightening was that fund that comes to you in fragment is not small. Lay it up. Yeah, so I also showed a lot of businesses that you can do with little or no capital that I am very sure that you can do. So mostly that's what the book is about. Telling you about making money, opportunities, platforms you could use, businesses you can leverage on, and how to start from where you are, and basic financial management system.
Okay, when you started talking about writing this book, you mentioned writing a letter to your sister, and I almost felt it was the letter you just turned into this book.
Yes, after writing a letter to her, a friend of mine, the wife, I think she resigned from her work because of pregnancy and all that. So she was looking for what to do. So I while at home. So while we were having a conversation, we just gist you. We're like, I said, okay, give your wife this material I wrote to my sister. So she read the book and she said to start supplying fish. Alright, so at the cause of that,
something back home today, okay.
So at the cause we don't know that, why don't you put this together?
Yes.
Other people who this might inspire. So I looked at it again, revamped it, then emphasize and gives details to major things, and that's the book you have.
You have a soft copy of it?
You have a soft copy. This current copy was printed on demand. So at the cost of the production, a friend of mine from the UK saw it. Like, he's interested. They're reaching out to secondary schools and all of that. So he sent money for the print, and he paid for everything. Yeah. So this copy is for secondary schools. You're reaching out to schools. The idea behind this is while you're in school, while you're you have basic things you could do, and then if there is nothing else, following the basic financial intelligence here, how every fund that comes to you, how you can lay them up and invest them for personal development. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
So gone are the days when students, secondary school students especially, will just sit at home and wait for mommy to do everything or daddy to do everything. So you can do something yourself. You can make money on your own. You can even yes, go on.
Yeah, to be very to emphasize so that we can be on the same page. I'm not saying that students should rely on their parents, right? So part of the things we're trying to introduce is the idea that while you're in school, you have to wait till when you graduate. You might have to be creative. You might have to be positive. You might have to be resourceful. The ability for you to start thinking of possible things you can do. So I was discussing with someone about this book, and she said part of the things she's doing right now is to make her kids read the book and come and pitch business that they would love to do for her and the husband to invest. You see, so that's part of the things we're trying to introduce. While you're in school, there's many things you could do under the care of your parents. That's secondary school. Now, this chicken money has a campus version for university. We have a marketplace
version. There's a version for secondary school students.
Yes.
And then there's a version
for university
students.
There's a version for business people.
And there's another version for
business people.
And there's another version for because you're actually bringing out different versions from the same book. That's so beautiful. It looks like you're really passionate about this particular topic.
Yeah, very, very passionate. I mean, I've been seeing people complain about budget 2K, and I'm like, okay, you have something you do. Part of the problem now is that you don't know how to monetize the stuff you do. If only you can remove your eye from the obvious big short, I made my first 1 million, like if my friend of mine would say, everybody online is rich. Yeah, so I made my first, and coming to how do I solve immediate problem people around me is facing. Part of the thing, I'm working on a project on Akara business. So I want to see how I can set up Akara spots in 10 locations in Port Harcourt, for instance. Where somebody can just come in, set up the Akara, and sell 15,000.
Okay, you're not the one employing the person who's selling the Akara.
I'm creating a system. I'm employing. We are supplying everything you need to do. All we want you to do used to resume work by 6 a.m., close by 10 a.m.
Okay.
And your paid salary, like normal salary.
I get it.
So to 10 sports where you're having, like making, even if it's 10,000, that is 100,000 every day. In 30 days. You know how much that
this
is.
man has sat down, he has calculated the money, most importantly, the money. Alright, if you're just joining us, this is Book World at Atlantic Television Network, and we've been talking about Shikini Money No Small. I think the first time I introduced this book, I just said Shikini Money. It wasn't complete.
Yeah.
So it's not complete without Shikini Money No Small. What challenges did you face while producing this book?
Alright, so, okay, so I know people get to talk about a lot of challenges they face doing stuff. To be very honest,
there were nothing at all.
I was in my room, sitting behind my desk and writing on my I wrote on my laptop, also wrote on my phone. So most of my books come from my phone first. So going to the laptop is me formatting. So this is the thing. I understood I would be writing. When I understood I would be writing, I had to go learn professional publishing system. From editing, formatting, laying, design, everything. So I literally, within my team, all the work for the book is done. So everything for this book was ready. So when it was time for print, there was no major work to do. The people just had to print and get it ready. So there wasn't anything different from what I'm used to doing.
Peculiar challenge that you can point out and say, oh, finances was the problem, or I didn't have the market, or the acceptance has not really been there. How's the acceptance been like?
Exactly. So when I read this book, it was fire.
Wow.
Yeah, so the first time I posted, exactly. So the first time I posted on my status, I had massive responses.
What did you write? What was the caption?
What's this book? Okay, oh wow, that's sales, right? That's sales.
Yes.
Now it's one thing to bet something, is another thing to bring it forth.
Okay.
So bringing forth is the sales part of it, the ability for you to use the right words and look at the need of the people. So this, I mean, for me, sales is like first step. Right? Know the problem of the people. Show them they have the problem. Then show what you have as the solution. Then make them see you as very capable to meeting this problem. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a problem people are facing, lack of money. It will never go out of market because people always lack money.
I don't think they will.
Yeah, so now I'm going to amplify the problem by telling them, this thing, if you continue like this, you go with your baby.
Okay, you're teaching us this strategy.
Yeah, it's basic.
So for sales now, because we've had a lot of authors complain about sales, not, like I mentioned earlier, people not being interested in reading. But on your own end, it looks like the people you have are really interested in reading. Is it the same with your audience?
Yeah, the reality is, writing book to a society that rarely read can be challenging. But what many authors do is they just go to write what is in their mind. I'm passionate about children, so I just write about it. No, not all kids will read every kind of book. And even parents, so for children, you're writing a book for children, you must separate your customers from your consumers. Okay. So your customers are the parents, your consumers are the kids. So those two factors must be considered. What kind of books do kids want to consume? How will it be presented? How do they love it? Now, many times they take you through the long process of go and do your research. It's so stressful to even go through that part. So this is the idea. Look at the markets you're looking at. So do something that will involve these people. You know what I'm trying to say? So instead of just coming to write a book, so before I brought this book out, I organized trainings, I reached out to people, they joined my community, I was teaching them on how to make money. So I promised them before the book came out that I'm going to introduce a solution to them.
Okay.
So do something, let people know you. So there are 5 things people must understand on sales, both offline and on the digital space. You must build a brand. You must have something. People should look at you as an authority, right? Then number 2, you must gather the people. The audience, they are the people. Money follow people. Everything about money is with people. So the money in the bank is in somebody's name. The money in an organization is behind somebody's signature. The money in your purse, in your pocket. So money follows people. So you have to gather the people. Right? The next thing is, as you gather people, you have to prepare an offer. Make them see something they will want to have and exchange the money for. So show them an offer that they won't resist, right? And because of giving them the offer, you have to choose your platform. Where should they meet you? Where should they connect with you? You understand what I'm trying to say, right? And because of doing this, then tailor your message. What's your story? How did you do this stuff? Why should they buy it from you? People connect with you emotionally. See, logic is the last thing people think about when they want to give you their money. So now they see you as the one that can help them do this stuff. Yeah.
Look at the description and everything. I can imagine how you sit down and take your time to, convince your community.
Practically I sell every day.
Okay.
Not because it's my skill. It's a skill that everybody must have. So I come in the face of people every day, get rejections. And people impose stuff and people backfire and they don't. So most times authors relent because someone rejected. Because the people will reject you. So that rejection gives you feedback on what you shouldn't say. And how you should rephrase what you should say.
So you learn all the time.
Yeah, I learn all the time because I sell all the time. So frequency and practicing makes me more visible. I compartmentalize shame and rejection and make myself the person that people should learn from. So this book is still selling. Every of my book is selling every day.
Over 70 books.
Over 70 books.
And selling daily.
Daily. So at least you should buy one of my book. And every day of my life, I meet at least 5, 10, 15 persons. So there's no day that should pass me without me connecting to a new set of persons. So it's strategical, it's very intentional. You have to come out, make the people see you, make the people consider you as the person they should connect with.
Make them love you.
Yeah, make them love you.
And they want to love you enough to give you their money.
Love you enough to see you as who should collect their money. So they must see you as their messiah. So chickening money for me is where I know definitely that people reading this will find help. At the cost of getting this for their help, I'm happy.
Alright, this is your first print, like you said.
Yeah.
The other books are e-books.
Yeah, so I believe in 100% cash out. In other words, it's not coming to print. So the only reason why I printed, to be honest, is because somebody placed demand and was ready to buy all of my prints.
Okay.
Right. So I do my book extensively as ebook because I believe that is the future. So if there's anything like chicken money, we are also trusting that the government could see what we've done here and see that as a necessary thing for students in secondary schools, universities to read through. Know that mindset that it's until I'm done with school that I'll start making money. As if money is waiting, the lack that will meet you after school is waiting for you. Yes, it's a problem. And that's one of the things we're trying to deal with. That you don't have to be done with school
before you can make money.
The school is inside the school that you're supposed to practice and fail. Fail to experience your failure when people don't know you.
I think you should say that again.
Yeah. So it's inside the school.
Say it again. This time looking at the camera now because these people really need to hear this thing. A lot of people believe that while you're in school, you're just there to face your studies, don't think about anything else. And then when they come out, when they graduate, they get to the real life. They're now confused. So where do I start from? Okay, the idea is when you graduate, you get a job. You start working, life begins, you get married, you have your children as a man and all of that. But then they come out and it doesn't look like it's working the way they thought. And that's where frustration begins.
Yeah, I have a coach, his name is Rena Davids. He really influenced my life positively. One of the things I learned from him is the idea that a fruit that is not connected to any tree will never fit to that tree. So the whole school system, what it does to people is school makes them to look like a fruit. So there's no way you can put mango fruit to an orange tree. So when you finish, I'm an accountant, I'm an engineer, you are a fruit. So you're looking for a tree that will accept you.
Okay.
That's the challenge. So what people don't understand is while you're in school learning to be a fruit, you have to explore the uniqueness that you have. That has to do with what trees want. So people believe that what people want is an accountant. And that has been on for throughout the industrial age. That's an example, yes. So that, of course, that's an example. So at the cost of staying in the school, you have to explore other uniqueness. That's an opportunity for you to make money. At the cost of rendering services, meeting other people. So I have a friend that while she was in school, she was selling dresses and all of that. She has a fashion house now, massive fashion house. And she's there from campus. Now the courage to explore into having a shop that expanded into and all of that, and she could brand was because she has been doing it and she knows how people behave when they want to buy a product. You understand, right? So while you're in school, there are several parts of you as a human being, and when you explore these things, money meets you when value and people and solution meet. So you're rendering a service.
So money meets you. Say it again.
Yeah, money comes to you.
Okay.
When value, people and solution meet.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a friend of mine currently that also does housekeeping and washing, maintaining all those maintenance, and now she's exploring this same thing because she has been doing it right from when she was in school. So people being in school, what this book does is open them up that there is no special job out there. There could be for you, but while you're in school, explore other abilities that you have, learn exactly, grow, and experience what it means to have 1 million naira in your own pocket that your mom didn't give to you.
Amazing. We will take some time out, and when we return, the conversation continues. Please stay with us. Good to know you're still with us on Book World. Welcome if you're just joining us. We have been discussing Shikini Money, which is a book that was written by the author. I'm talking about no other than Ebenezer, but we like to call him Eben. But he said he's Coach Ace. You're popularly known as Coach Ace.
Yes, on the digital space.
On the digital space. Okay, so this is what now? This is what now? So what do you want us to call it? Eben is fine.
Yeah, sure.
I think we'll be working with Eben. Yes. Okay, so I want you to tell us your favorite part of this particular book. What's one part that you would really love to show someone? Oh, why don't you move on to page this? Okay, tell us what's
Alright, I think it should be because I wrote this book, right? I didn't write it as I'm writing a book. I wrote it as a personal stuff to really help a person, and that person was my younger sister. So I was very intentional with every particular chapter that I wrote. But my most active chapter is the page 35, yeah.
Okay,
Page
so
35.
that's good there.
Seizing instant opportunities by filling gaps.
Okay.
Yeah, so part of the things I did on this chapter was I knew my sister, I knew who she was, I knew she can just relax and wait for things to play out right. So I understood something early enough. Growing up, I realized that many times people are looking for the obvious big stuff that they will do. If you just pick anybody now that is into business, they want to create the fastest growing company, biggest growing this mega empire, and that is satisfying when it has to do with ego. It's beautiful when you're pitching
for your profile,
it's beautiful, but it can be challenging. And many persons that are doing this stuff end up investing their own resources and they don't see profit. And because when I told you about Eren, right? That part of the things to understand is understand the ground. Like the kind of society where we live in. Part of the businesses that thrive extensively here are businesses that you get to put in your money, sell out, collect back your money. Buy new product, put in your money, sell out. So that's why you see people in the food industry that sells things like rice and beans and all of that, supply of curry and all that palm oil, and those guys get to do extensively well. And they buy the lands, invest, and it's like people from a particular region of this country are very creative. Exactly, very creative with this. So seizing the opportunity and filling the gap is where part of the place where money hides that people don't look at. So what I was telling my sister and many person that got to read this book is look out for things around you that you could do. I mentioned that I picked interest in setting up Akara Sports, right? Part of the thing I'm very interested in doing is supplying fufu. Wow, a young man should say that, yeah.
How did you think about that?
Yeah, so I considered deserting market to. So there's this research I carried out. We went to different markets around me, like some here in Port Harcourt, my tray, my own. And I figured out that people buy fufu on a large scale.
Okay.
People don't allow Gary to remain in the market.
And you don't take your eyes off anything
Anything
that's yes, that's where I was going. I know you didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that coming. So I realized that people are really on high demand with palm oil, fufu, Gary, extensively, and they are consuming this stuff. You can't go wrong with Gary in Nigeria. You can't go wrong. So now filling the gap is instead of you allowing those older women in the village that do the production to start conveying it to the city and then come and sell at cheaper rate, then bridge the gap, become the middleman. Go to the village, your village, and meet these people, recruit them, and organize them, and find out how much they sell. Tell them you come in twice a week to pick up their product. Pay them 50%. Tell them when you return when you return in the week, you give them the remaining 50%. Then before you do that, prepare the market here. Because I believe in prepare market before you sell. Yes. So prepare the market here. Tell them you are into supply. Get a card, print beautiful t-shirt.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so tell them you're into supply and you produce a Che Gary, this Gary. They just find the ones they love to buy and go to those places. So they are ready, waiting for you to supply. And you tell them when you will supply, they're looking forward to next month. So this next month give you a bandwidth to exactly. So when you go back to those villages, you will make your purchase at 50% payment, down payment, then come here, sell at the price. Now look at that's the place of price strategy. Look at the people around where you are and how much they sell. Give certain discount to collect the market share and sell for them. Go back there. So you're a middleman. You're supplying over time. You can automate it. I believe in automation.
So it looks like nobody should say they are broke.
Nobody should say they are broke. So people should say they are out of how to do it. And then go learn.
What do you think is the limitation if we have all of these opportunities in front of us and yet we have a lot of people who do not have anything doing at the moment? You know, unemployment rate in Nigeria is really high. So what exactly do you think is the problem? I know that it is not that our youths are lazy. So what is the problem?
So laziness is actually not what the case is. What people have as challenge is clarity. So this I use my life to scale what happened to other people. Might not be exactly, but I realize that I get to act when I have clarity. If I'm not sure what to do, I'm always reluctant to act. So there's nothing you would tell anybody that they've not heard of before. Even people watching, streaming this right now, probably have had these ideas, but don't know how to execute it. So this is what I'm going to say to anybody watching this now. One of the easiest way to make things happen, to take result, to have result in anything you do, is come out from social order. There's this thing people have in their head, if I will do it, it must be premium, proper. I must sell it.
Isn't that always the case?
That's the major challenge with people.
Oh, really?
I should have, what are the major things you need to supply, Gary? So marketplaces.
I don't feel like you're relating your sister.
No.
In the description of what you're saying, yes, go on.
What does it take? Okay, we need to get balls, we need to get a bus driver. So by the time they formulate all of this, it will just choke in their head.
And then they just give up at the end.
Exactly. So make the very first step very easy. The first step is me leaving my house and go to the market and know what I'm selling, Gary.
It's more like simplify it. And then do the simple.
Do the obvious thing.
Okay.
So what they do is they sideline the obvious and then look for that one that will make them look serious. Like when you're pitching to somebody, you want to look so powerful. No, do the obvious first. Do the supply first. Have contact of people that sell Gary. Madam, how you dey? How are you now? Gary, your Gary is still running. Can we need some more? But in case you need, I dey supply. You understand? Do those basic work. Travel to the village for no reason to greet grandma. Then meet people that sell Gary. So don't try to do all of the thing at the same time. Every rope is always jumped together. You have to start tracing it. Just drag it. Take these basic steps. Right? I sell my books. I have in my product I have low ticket of 1,000 naira, 500 naira. In the worst case scenario, I know like 50 persons will pay 500 naira. You understand what I'm trying to say, right? So you have to put the strategy to be very basic. There is nobody that is doing any major stuff that loves complexity.
Everyone started from simplifying it and, like you said, taking the first step.
Yeah, and that thing that you call started is where the challenge. They be like started then switched to no. They started with simplicity.
Yes.
They stayed with simplicity. It's just that it's complex to you now.
Because it has grown.
Yeah, so from where they are, they are still doing simple.
Wow.
But it's bigger because it has grown. So it's on a height that is bigger than you. So they are playing simple always. And if any day they decide to do complex, they will fail because it's a system. So you have to keep practically doing things simple. And then this guy having this, let them know, people don't care about you. I was walking somewhere and we stood, a lady was staring at myself and my friend, we were talking, staring at us. My friend was like, Iben, who's that? You know, I'm like, I don't know who she is. So, like, if my customer, I break the ice easily. I'm like, why are you staring at us? I'm like, I'm like, you've been staring at us for the past 5 minutes. She's like, no, that she's looking for money. So go back to her. They stole her purse and she doesn't know how to get money. So for the past 5 minutes, she's looking at us, but she was lost in thought. So people don't really see you like you think people are seeing you. That's the truth. So focus the attention on what is important to you. Push it, drive it. If you need to be in a taxi, just know it's for a moment. One day you're going to have your car. Push all these social order.
Alright. Okay, wonderful conversation. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope you also are having a good time with us on Book World for today. Is there something new you have cooking that we need to look forward to?
So currently we're working on. Somebody said, "Don't give me the fish. Teach me how to fish."
Okay.
So at the course of writing, like I said, I went through a process in my life where I had to start learning different parts of publishing and everything needed. After I learned how to train certain kind of persons that work with me now in my team on the different skills for effectiveness, but I know them as a whole, right? So we developed a course called Publish Like a Pro. So it's publishing like a professional. I have a complete book for that, but I don't sell the book because we have a course in that regard. I would love to teach people, take them through a project mentorship for a period of time. Then I'll give them the book as a manual they can go back to after the course. So that course teaches them everything about publishing, down to Amazon listing, Okada book publishing, publish on any platform of your choice, and gives you access to all my swipe files, everything I've ever had and I've stored on my drive that can help you bring that your book from your head and stop
put it down.
Yeah, so I designed it in 30 days flow in simple steps. Just do this basic today, go and rest. Tomorrow we'll do it again. Go and do it again. So at the end of 30 days, I am very sure people could produce material like this. And I'm doing this thing for one reason.
Go on, tell us why.
You think it's money?
I don't want to guess. That's why I said tell us.
Yeah, so I'm doing this for one reason. I realized that Africa had this issue, documentation. So most of the nations we call developed nations might not be so exact, but this is what I found out, is that people develop from the existing theories, from the existing thing that the previous people have done. So what they do is, if they are carrying out a research, they are documenting it. So Michael Faraday and electricity, Thomas Edison and the filament lamp, the lamp Thomas brought is not the same we are using now. People innovated on this stuff because somebody set up a system already. So documenting resources. Imagine our footballers documenting how they got their first, how they got hired into the foreign nations. It have helped footballers and they inducted into football academies in Nigeria, and it have helped them know how they can navigate this journey. So what we are doing currently is every skill we have, we are trying to put it in a system, in a documented version where you can have them. All 70 books, why I don't sell them generally, I sell them as beta testers only to my immediate community. It's because I want to, we're working on something on my e-commerce website where all the books will be there forever. So all you need to do is go there, download them, and
just read.
Exactly.
Okay. So it has, like I said, I really enjoyed your explanation, especially about this book. I'm eager now. I know that the viewer is also very eager to dive into the content of this particular. Okay, this is already dive into the content of this particular book. Quite an interesting one from the explanations that we've had. But at this point, we have to wrap things up. Book World is a show that comes your way on Atlantic Television Network every Saturday. So look forward to the next edition of this amazing program. My guest in the studio today has been Chibudu Ebenezer. I pronounced that right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, and I've had a really jolly time with you. Thank you, Chibudu.
Thank you.
For your time. Thank you, Iben, for your time. We look forward to your next material. There's one question I like to ask my guests before I let them go, and that's on ebooks and hard copies. Which do you think Nigerians embrace more?
People don't know what they want. People are taught to accept what they should want.
So it depends on which you want, right?
It
So you
depends on
teach them.
on the knowledge capacity of the person introduced.
Okay, so which do you think is
I've trained my audience.
Yes.
I've trained my audience to love you.
It's not just your audience that are Nigerians now. Generally.
So
Looking at the markets.
So from my point of view,
Yes.
I sell more ebooks.
Okay, so you think, yes, so you prefer ebooks also. Alright, thank you, Chibundo. Hope to have you some other time.
Thank you so much.
I am Enidoye Jackson. Don't forget to stay connected with us.